Oh.
With Rosetta Stone. You may not know it, but the equity in your home can provide you with cash when you need it most. Whether you're looking to consolidate debt or cover a major renovation, a home equity line of credit or cash out refinance from Fremont Bank may be a great choice for you. With increased home values, now may be the right time to give us a call to find out how your home's equity can work for you. Visit FremontBank.com or call 866-992-INFO today. NMLS number 478471, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is the Eye in the Sky Traffic Wash, brought to you by Ring Central. This is Neil, your eye on traffic, and today looks like a doozy. You want my advice? Ditch the commute and connect on Ring Central. They put call, meet, and message all in one app, so you can connect with anyone, anytime. I'm hearing from Chet in the studio. You're breaking up, Chet. Looks like you should have called on Ring Central.
Ring Central. Intelligent communications you can trust.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. For a limited time, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, get an additional 20% off in-store clearance appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 12/28/23 through 1/3/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
Dave is in your local Honda dealer's traffic center, and he's got a new crash on 880 in Oakland. Dave?
That's right, northbound 880 before you get to High Street. This crash got the right lane blocked. Traffic in the Chilton Automotive Collision Cam stacked up now from Hagenberger. Southbound a little slow coming away from High Street as you head past the accident as well. Before you get there in Hayward, northbound 880 at Whipple, that crash is in the center divide, but slow and go starts at Fremont Boulevard North. We've got really slow traffic heading into the Santa Cruz Mountains in Los Gatos. Southbound 17, bumper to bumper from 85 as you head up towards the Lexington Reservoir. Some sort of stall, or a police car anyway, in the left lane there. Don't have a lot of details on this one. If you do, 415-391-KCBS, 391-5227, our KCBS phone force number. Once you get past that slowdown, you've got more slowing from Idlewild up the hill towards Summit Road. A crash there in the right lane as well. Northbound 17 at Idlewild, at least that accident has been cleared out of the lanes. Traffic's still a bit slow from Redwood Estates. More traffic at 12:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Cloudy today, some patchy fog, more chances for scattered showers in the North Bay and near the water. Tonight, more rain and wind return as that second system begins to move in. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. It's Thursday, December 28th, 2023, coming up on KCBS. I'm Raquel Maria Dillon in West Oakland, where commuters are trying out BART's brand new saloon-style fare gate. Will they foil the turnstile jumpers?
I'm Michael Wald in Bodega Bay, where people are taking in some of the tallest waves here in more than a decade.
I'm Pat Thurston. CBS News covers the world next. When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station. It's noon.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Matt Piper. AAA says today is a busy day for holiday travel right smack in between Christmas and New Year's. CBS News Philadelphia's Marcella Bayeto is at Philly International with how it's looking there.
Estimating about a 33 to 38 minute wait time if you're in the general TSA line. TSA pre-check, though, that's an average of a 6-minute wait now. Because of the weather, we have seen a few cancellations and delays, but nothing too intense.
So far, it looks okay. I am definitely an early airport arriver. I think there are probably 2 categories of people. I fall into that one, so I like to be here with a lot of time.
A senior citizen with U.S. citizenship who was thought to have been taken to Gaza as a hostage by Hamas on October 7th was actually killed during the initial attack. CBS New York's Dave Carlin.
The family of 70-year-old Judy Weinstein says her body is being held by Hamas. Weinstein held Israeli, U.S., and Canadian citizenship and had family in New York. Her husband, Gad Haggai, who was 73 years old, was pronounced dead on December 22nd, and his body is still being held by Hamas.
Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley remains in a tight spot following a voter's question about the reason for the Civil War.
She was asked at a town hall in New Hampshire what she believed was the cause of the Civil War. She mentioned freedoms and the government telling people what they could or could not do. She did not mention slavery. Fellow contender Ron DeSantis responded,
Not that difficult to identify and acknowledge the role slavery played in the Civil War.
DeSantis also echoed the response of former President Trump.
I just think that this shows this is not a candidate that's ready for prime time.
Haley has followed up on whether slavery was the cause of the Civil War, saying, to me, it was a given. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
A common question asked by an officer when being pulled over won't be asked anymore in this state.
Millions of drivers in California have been asked the same simple question by a police officer. Do you know why I pulled you over? Starting January 1st, officers will no longer be able to start the interaction with that question. They will have to state the purpose of the traffic stop before asking any other questions. The same goes for any stops involving a pedestrian. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
A recent study by Harvard shows many of the big social media companies made much of their money advertising directly to children, despite laws meant to curb just that. CBS News tech contributor Ian Scher.
Harvard estimated, for example, that Snapchat derived almost half of its advertising revenue from users under the age of 18, and that more than a third of TikTok's revenue comes from that group, too.
The Dow at this hour up 91. This is CBS News.
You don't need a job platform, you need a hiring partner. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
It's 12:03 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS, so it's drier today, although there may still be some scattered showers, especially by the water. Good afternoon. I'm Pat Thurston, in for Holly Kwan, and here's what's happening. BART is trying out new fare gates at the West Oakland station. It's part of a plan to replace gates at all stations by summer 2025 for the cost of $90 million. KCBS's Raquel Maria Dillon took a look and talked with commuters about what they think.
The new gates are tall and reach almost to the ground. Only a skinny little kid could fit underneath. And the doors open away from you, nearly silently, after you swipe a Clipper card.
Good idea, because I see so many fare jumpers here. I'm glad they're doing something about it.
What do you think of the design?
It's a little bit kind of New Yorkish.
That's not a compliment coming from regular commuter Stephen Chen. BART spokeswoman Anna Duckworth says they're testing different models here. One made out of clear fiberglass, another of perforated metal, to see which is sturdier and easiest to clean.
It's going to be really difficult to climb over, crawl under, push through.
I saw at least 2 people try to exit here and then turn around and get back on the train. BART staff said people also tried to jump the staircase railings to get out. Dangerous, but that means this pilot has successfully pointed out all the ways stations will have to be reconfigured for the new gates. In West Oakland, I'm Raquel Maria Dillon, KCBS.
A community along the Santa Cruz County coast is being warned to prepare to evacuate this morning because of dangerous surf conditions. The evacuation warning was issued just before 8 a.m. Santa Cruz County spokesman Jason Hoffman tells KCBS where the evacuation warnings apply.
So these orders are for low-lying coastal homes near Rio Del Mar and Seacliff State Beach. There are several homes that extend along roads that run below the bluff line there, so they are very exposed to coastal damage. And there's a second order for the Pajaro Dunes area, which is a development of apartments that are near the mouth of the Pajaro River, so they're also right on the coast.
In Santa Cruz, flooding closed East Cliff Drive at Schwan Lake, Corcoran Lagoon, and Moran Lake. County officials urge people to avoid the coast. KCBS's David Welch is on his way to Capitola. Some of the biggest waves at Bodega Bay in years have people flocking to the north coast to catch a glimpse. KCBS's Mike DeWald reports the dramatic views come with a warning.
Stand atop a big head, and it feels like the Earth is moving around you. Towering, powerful waves reaching upwards 25 to 30 feet crash ashore. The National Weather Service says these are some of the tallest in more than a decade. The coastside busy, with people taking in the view, like Cindy and Tom, who drove here from Sebastopol.
We've been coming out here for 43 years. Since we moved up to Sebastopol, I've never seen it like this.
Down at the more manageable, protected Dorn Beach, surfers are jumping in the water to take on some of the more manageable but still tough waves. Mike is here from Petaluma.
No, these aren't prime conditions. These are the conditions we're given, and we go with what we've got. So, yeah, I was out there with a pair of fins earlier, just trying to get wet, and yeah, it's a blast either way. It's better to get in than not at all.
Steve Hertzberg is deputy chief with the Sonoma County Fire District. He says people should be aware of their surroundings and keep a safe distance at all times.
The coast is incredibly beautiful, but it's also risky. And miscalculating those risks is very dangerous.
In Bodega Bay, Mike DeWald, KCBS.
The mayor of San Jose says he's doing all he can to meet the ambitious goals he set in his first year leading the city to get homeless people shelter. But as KCBS's Megan Goldsby reports, he admits he may not make it. That goal, 1,000 new interim housing units in the city.
We actually have 500 that are open and in operation. We also have some safe parking sites. We have council approval. We got the city council to approve 700 additional units, so that will be well in excess of that 1,000-unit goal.
But San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan, speaking on our Ask an Expert program, says it may not happen in the original timeline, which was before the next fiscal year in July. Still, Mahan says he's pushing.
I'm doing everything I can to empower departments to remove red tape and just make this simpler and more cost-effective, because we need immediate alternatives to tent encampments. We cannot allow the perfect to be the enemy of the good.
Which is why he says he'd like to see more safe sleeping encampments, which would be very rustic but would keep people off the streets. Mahan says the public has been coming around to these arrangements, which he says work.
Over 7 out of 10 people who have ever entered one of these sites remain housed today.
Megan Goldsby, KCBS.
KCBS News Time is 12:08. Let's check in with Dave Fouts. He's in the KCBS Traffic Center. He's taking us back to that crash on 880 in Oakland. Dave?
Kind of a messy commute as we head into the afternoon hours, and we start in Oakland, northbound 880 before High Street. Right lane blocked by a crash. Traffic quickly backed up towards 98. Southbound 880 now slow from about 29th, with everybody taking a look over the center divide at all the activity. Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, not really expecting to meet our lights, but they are on. Traffic backed up just before the pay gate, so not a long delay, but you will have one once you're on the bridge. A good ride into San Francisco. Both directions of 80 crowded in the Berkeley-Emeryville corridor in both directions. Southbound 101, Marin County, we're looking at slow traffic there. And the Chilton Autobody Collision Cam starts out of Novato, very much from Alameda Del Prado as you head down towards North San Pedro and the Civic Center. Santa Cruz Mountains continues to be a slow one. And southbound 17 as you head up towards the Lexington Reservoir, we had some sort of stalled car. Looks like it has been cleared, but the backup now bumper to bumper from Highway 85 as you head past the Katz Restaurant. Then you get up to the Summit, southbound 17 past Summer Road. An accident there is in the right lane. That's got traffic backed up before Redwood Estates. Your next traffic update, 12:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
You are a busy man today. Let's check KCBS weather. Cloudy today, patchy fog, more chances for scattered showers, especially North Bay and near the water. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s along the coast and the bay, in the mid to upper 60s inland. Tonight, more rain and wind return as the second system begins to move in. We're looking at patchy fog after midnight, lows in the low to mid 50s. And tomorrow, cloudy and rainy showers, especially picking up as we get later into the afternoon, and gusty winds picking up later in the day too. Highs should stay about the same in the 60s all over. Now there is a high surf warning in effect. That is in effect until 3 o'clock tomorrow morning along the North Bay coast and around San Francisco. There's also a coastal flood advisory that continues for about another hour until 1 p.m. here in the 1 p.m. in the North Bay. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. It's Just Lunch presents a New Year's dating fantasy.
I've heard that you don't have a date to share New Year's good cheer. I'm handsome and my dancing's great. Your alpha male is here. I'm trim and buff, I'm lean and mean. I listen, fawn and fuss. my smile shines bright. I'm squeaky clean, there's no more me, just us.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Warm up your holidays with It's Just Lunch. No internet profiles or awkward video interviews. The dating experts at It's Just Lunch get to know you personally, so they can match you with someone you'll actually have something in common with. Then they make all the arrangements for a great lunch date or drinks after work. Happy New Year from It's Just Lunch. Real people, real dates. Visit itsjustLunchSanFrancisco.com today. It's Just Lunch. Connection awaits with guaranteed dates.
Since 1967, Barron's has made bridal dreams come true for thousands of couples throughout Northern California. We have designer lines, Barron's own custom collection, the largest selection of natural diamonds, and now even lab-grown diamonds. And Barron's is the East Bay's largest decor dealer. Stop by, call for a VIP appointment, or shop online at barronsjewelers.com and make your bridal dreams come true. Barron's, a legacy of elegance.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. This holiday season, invest in some LED Christmas lights. LEDs last years longer than regular lights, which means less electronic waste over time. Also, LED Christmas lights are far more energy efficient, wasting less energy as heat, which means a smaller electric bill. And be sure to recycle old Christmas lights at appropriate e-waste facilities. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
Want the very latest in sports? Listen to the Bay Area Chevy Dealers Sports Desk. Visit BayAreaChevroletDealers.com.
And let's return to your News Watch. 2024 is the year that some California cities will be allowed to test speed cameras. KCBS's Kathy Whitman reports this is one of many new traffic safety laws the CHP will begin enforcing in the new year.
The California Highway Patrol will have a host of new laws set to take effect on January 1st to help make the roads safer. One will allow 6 cities around the state, including Oakland, San Jose, and San Francisco, to test a camera system to catch speeders. CHP officer Andrew Barclay.
Prior to those being implemented, the cities or counties have to advise everybody of where they're going in and when they are going to begin being used.
Cities also have to conduct a public information campaign so drivers will know what to expect ahead of time. Another law is designed for pedestrian safety.
This law will make it illegal for a vehicle to stop, stand, or park within 20 feet of a marked or unmarked crosswalk.
It will free the area so cars can see pedestrians more clearly. And there are 2 new laws making it easier to stop catalytic converter thieves by tracking VIN numbers.
That would then be a crime that we can investigate and potential charges for that person.
Kathy Whitman, KCBS.
California is looking to stabilize its insurance market over the next year, but the industry says that will take too long. State Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara expects to have the system overhauled by December, requiring 85% of insurance policies to be offered in high-risk areas. The insurance industry doesn't like the reforms. Consumer Watchdog isn't happy either, arguing the plan will allow companies to charge homeowners more without transparencies. Several insurance companies have stopped renewing policies for homes in California. They cite wildfire risks and the high cost of rebuilding.
Your floor is the unsung hero of your home. What other part of your house gets walked over, jumped on, scraped up, spilled on, and used as much? That's where LifeProof's luxury vinyl plank flooring comes in. Our premium flooring is durable, scratch resistant, 100% waterproof, and antimicrobial, so it can take everything life throws at it. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors with a realistic wood texture and is easy to install. Make sure your floor can stand up to life's toughest tests with LifeProof. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds? What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Sharks are back on the struggle bus. Here's Stephen Langford.
13 seconds. That's all it took for the Kings to wipe away that 1-0 lead from the Sharks. They had that lead
through the first period, but the Kings tied and took the lead in the second period. Yes, 2 goals in a span of 13 seconds and ran away with it in the third period. 5-1 in Los Angeles.
The first 25 minutes we played well. I thought we had some great chances. We got blitzed with 2 goals in 5 seconds or 6 seconds, whatever it was. And it's happened to us too often this year, and you could just feel it again. And then it just got away from us. We got demoralized, and our power play really hurt us too tonight.
Some strong words from the head coach, David Quinn, after what was the Sharks' 6th straight loss. It's a quick turnaround. They're back at the tank tonight playing host to the Edmonton Oilers. Puck drops at 7:30. It's the second meeting between the pair this season. The Sharks won the last matchup 3-2. After the Board of Governors approved Mark Cuban's sale of the Dallas Mavericks, some more ownership news out of the NBA. The Minnesota Timberwolves on the verge of